She was a woman of mystery, allure, and tragedy, a performer who captivated high society and ultimately fell victim to wartime suspicion. Mata Hari, born Margareta Zell, lived many lives in one.
I am a woman who enjoys herself very much. Sometimes I lose, sometimes I win.
But her story shows that sometimes the stakes were far higher than she could have imagined. Her life and legacy remain elusive, filled with questions, fascination, and an enigmatic charm that continues to intrigue the world. Chapter 1. A comfortable beginning and early disillusionment. Mata Hari was born into privilege. Her early years in the Netherlands were marked by wealth and promise, but at 12, that security vanished when her father's fortune crumbled. Her parents separated, and young Margareta moved from comfort to a cramped apartment with her mother and brothers. Even as her family's fortunes fell, Margareta's spirit remained bold, though sometimes rebellious. Tragedy struck again when her mother died of tuberculosis, leaving Margareta's world in ruins. As her once stable life unraveled, she became determined to secure her own future. Sent to a teacher training college at 15, she soon became embroiled in rumors of an affair with the principal, a scandal that cost her the opportunity. Faced with shame and dwindling options, Margareta knew it was time to break from her past. An ad from an officer in the Dutch East Indies seeking a wife caught her eye, and Margareta took a bold risk. This was her chance to reclaim the stability she'd lost, even if it meant stepping into the unknown.
In the game of life, you must be willing to take risks and bet on yourself.
Chapter 2. A Marriage to the Far East. In 1895, Margareta married Captain Rudolf MacLeod, a Dutch army officer nearly 20 years her senior, and sailed to the Dutch East Indies. She hoped for a secure life as a respected officer's wife, but life with Rudolf was far from the dream she imagined. Rudolf, a man of rank and privilege, was volatile and troubled. An alcoholic with a violent temper, he repeatedly belittled and abused her. His infidelities haunted their marriage, leaving Margareta feeling isolated and betrayed in a foreign land. Yet, she kept up the appearance of a devoted officer's wife, hoping to build a life for herself and their children. In 1897, Margareta became a mother. The births of her son Norman and daughter Jean offered her a glimmer of hope, but tragedy soon struck when both children fell ill. Their son, Norman, died under mysterious circumstances that some attributed to mercury poisoning, a treatment for a venereal disease contracted from Rudolf and possibly passed to their children. This unimaginable loss shook Margareta deeply. Her dreams of family, stability, and a future crumbled before her eyes. After enduring years of abuse and heartbreak, she returned to Europe to start anew. Separated and destitute, she found herself alone once again. Stripped of custody of her daughter and left without support, Margareta was at a crossroads. Determined not to fade into obscurity, she set her sights on Paris, where she would rise from the ashes as Mata Hari. Chapter 3. Reinvention as Mata Hari.
Life is too short to be bound by societal norms. Live boldly and without regret.
In 1903, Margareta cast off her past to become Mata Hari, born from resilience and a fierce independence. Drawing from her time in the East Indies, she crafted an alluring persona, a Javanese temple dancer whose name, Mata Hari, meant Eye of the Day.
My dance is a sacred poem in which each movement is a word, and whose every word is underlined by music.
Her performances, daringly sensual and mysterious, made her an instant sensation. Mata Hari's name spread like wildfire across Europe's elite circles. But this glamorous lifestyle came at a price. She relied on the wealth and protection of powerful men, aware that her allure had power, but also that its cost was steep.
Society may judge, but I refuse to be defined by its standards.
Mata Hari balanced fame and judgment, admiration and suspicion, living boldly in a delicate world where attraction held as much danger as power. Chapter 4. Love, War, and Suspicion. When World War I broke out, Mata Hari's movements and connections became points of suspicion. As a Dutch citizen, she moved freely, but intelligence agencies scrutinized her every step. In 1916, while in The Hague, she met German consul Karl Kromer, who offered her 20,000 francs to spy for Germany as H-21. She accepted, claiming it was compensation for her seized assets, but her true intentions were never clear. In Paris, she approached French intelligence, where Captain Ledoux saw an opportunity, either to recruit her or to set a trap. Driven by financial need and a desire to marry her young lover, Russian officer Vladimir Damazlov, she agreed to work with Ledoux, though her loyalties were always a mystery. In Madrid, Mata Hari walked a dangerous line, meeting with German Major Arnold Kalle and French Colonel Denvine. But a fateful error sealed her fate. Kalle transmitted a message to Berlin identifying her as H-21, a message that the French intercepted, possibly a calculated betrayal. By February 1917, Mata Hari was arrested in Paris and imprisoned at Saint-Lazare. Her trial was swift and brutal, accusing her of espionage and claiming she had cost France countless lives, though no evidence directly linked her to any specific incident.
I defend myself when I am attacked. I take when someone is taken from me. But I beg you to believe me. I have never done an act of espionage against France. Never. Never.
Her pleas went unheard. With morale low and the war stagnant, France sought a scapegoat, and Mata Hari, the foreign seductress, was the perfect target. Conclusion. The legacy of Mata Hari. On October 15, 1917, Mata Hari faced the firing squad with unflinching grace. She refused a blindfold, meeting her fate with her head held high. Her story, a mixture of myth and reality, continues to fascinate. A tale that straddles seductress, spy, and scapegoat.
Death is nothing. To die, to sleep, to pass into nothingness, what does it matter? Everything is an illusion.
Was Mata Hari truly guilty, or simply a casualty of fear and ambition? Her story lives on, a testament to resilience, self-invention, and the tragic cost of living beyond society's bounds. As she once said, "I may have played many roles in my life, but the greatest role I have ever played is being myself." Teaser for the next episode, The Strange Tale of Timothy Dexter. From eccentric entrepreneur to unlikely success story, Timothy Dexter was a man who defied reason and somehow thrived. While others scoffed, Dexter made fortunes on bizarre ventures, from shipping coal to the tropics to selling mittens in the Caribbean. Some called him a fool, others a genius, but he simply called himself Lord. Join us next time as we delve into the unpredictable life of Timothy Dexter, a man whose daring defied the norms and rewrote the rules of fortune.